So on my palette, I have some of these lovely colours here. You can choose whatever colours you like. And I have some white here too. So these are the colours I'm going to use to do the sort of blossoms on my tree. I'm going to create a grey background. So I'm going to lift a little tiny bit of this black and start mixing it into the white. Maybe another wee taste in there. I just want to have like a really pale grey background here. Get a wee bit of that in. And just mix a little bit of that in at a time. So I'm going to leave it half mixed like that, just so that there's a wee bit of streak through the background here whenever I start painting it. So now I have my paint mixed, I'm going to turn to my canvas and I'm going to use one of these wide brushes here just to put the background on. So I'm going to start and just paint the grey paint across the whole background of the canvas. And I'm taking this side to side with this sort of movement here with my brush. And just keep dipping into more paint and spreading this paint well out. I don't want it to be sitting thick and lumpy on top. So I'm just going to keep going back and forward over each wee area as I paint it, just to make sure that I'm blending my paint right into the canvas. And because I haven't mixed this right up properly, you can see there's little grey streaks, paler grey and darker grey streaks appearing across here, which is what I want, rather than just the colour just being plain grey. And the whole way down, right down to the bottom. Just going to brush just up that again. And now we need to dry that off. So now I have my canvas dried and I have put out another piece of black paint here. So I'm just dipping my brush. I'm using a round-headed brush this time. And I'm just going to wet this up a wee bit. I don't want to make it runny, but I want to put a wee taste of water into it just so it moves easier on the canvas for me. So I'll just add wee bits of water into that. I'm going to give my brush a wee clean. Just clean it off here, and then I'm going to dry it off with a wee bit of kitchen towel. Just dry that off. So I'm going to take the black first of all, and I'm going to do a little bit of ground down here. So I'm just going to paint a little wavy line across the bottom here. And then I'll fill this bottom area all in with black. Just block the whole bottom end of the canvas off here. So it's up to you how high up you come with this, but I'm just going to take it up this height. Another wee bit in here. So now I start to paint the tree. So I'm just wetting this up again a little bit just to keep it moving easy on the canvas for me. So as you can see, it's not running down the board or anything. It's just a little bit of water in just to make it sort of, that it doesn't sort of drag on the canvas. Clean my brush out again and just clean the water off it. And then I can start painting my tree. So from the bottom here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come along and curve up like this, because a tree sort of grows into the ground this way rather than just having the lines coming straight up. So we'll start like this, and then I'll take this side up And just imagine that the tree branch is just going off to here. And take this side up. And we'll have a branch going off here. And then I can start to fill this bit in. And then I'll have a branch coming up just out of the middle. And I can sort of connect these up. Just tidy those up at the ends. So now I'm going to take a smaller brush. I'm going to use one of these nice fine ones here. I'm just going to wet the head of it and just give it a wee rub about in the paint. And then I can do some tiny branches just coming off these. Maybe take one in here. Just take another little branches down off that. And then coming up to this one, I can sort of split this up maybe this way. The branch coming down here. Maybe up this side. You can decide yourself when you're painting yours what shape your tree will be. You might want to do one that's a completely different shape to mine. Take some off this way. There, and then maybe another one just coming up off here. And then we need to let that dry. So now I have the tree dried off. I'm going to use a brush like this, which is like an old sort of bristle brush. I'm going to use it to do a bit of stippling. So I'm going to start off with my darkest colour. So I'm going to dip into the colour and then give it a little bounce on my board so the paint isn't too thick on the bristles. And then I'm going to start and just set some of these in. And just sort of create like a sort of top of the tree shape as I go around. Imagining that this tree is bushed out like that at the top, and I can bring little bits of this just down here over the black here. And then I can add some more of this colour on if I want in a wee while here when I put some of the other colours on. So just that colour on first. I'm leaving it all patchy like that so that I can add and introduce other colours here. So I'm just giving this brush a wee wash. And then I'm going to dry off with a piece of kitchen towel. Just dry that brush off. And then I'm going to go into, just need to give it a better wash actually. That's it. And then I'm going to go into this sort of darker purple colour here first. So I'll just put a wee bit of it around the board. And then I sort of come in and work it into maybe some of the wee areas that are empty, just in between. And again, I'm going to put other colours here, so just randomly putting some of this on first. And then I can take it down, as I said, into the black and over the top of some of these branches, just to make it a bit heavier there, so that you're sort of hiding bits of them, but you still want to see some of them coming through here. Maybe do that up this wee one. Just like that. Give the brush a wee clean again. Get all the purple paint off. And then I'll go into this lighter. It's like a sort of cobalt, sort of blue, like a pale down blue I have here. So then I'll start putting some of this one on. And again, I'm concentrating it into the wee areas that look a bit empty. I'm putting some obviously over the other colours here too, but sort of trying to sort of get it into the little areas. Just like that. I'm going to clean the brush out again. Give the brush a wee clean, and then I'm going to go in and use some white just over the top of this. So just bouncing the brush on the board to take the heaviness of the paint away. And then I can start just putting some wee bits of white in now. And then maybe just going back into the teal again here, maybe just mix it with a wee bit of white here, a wee bit of this. And then just put some of that just over the top there. So then just to finish this wee bottom area here off, I'm going back to using this wee thin brush again. I'm just wetting it up in the water and just mixing it into some black. And I'm going to do little flicked lines just like this. And then so I'm just coming over here, and then I can bring those just along over to where the tree is. And then the same here over the other side. And as you can see, I'm not doing them all along in a straight line because I want it to look more natural. So I'll take some, flicking some over. We can crisscrossing some and having some shorter ones, maybe short ones, and then some big long ones. Just coming in there. And just some over here. So there you go, guys. A really beautiful tree, very simple with those wee techniques.